welcome to week 1 of the wellness workshop. I will be doing 6 weeks of the workshop, and the recordings will be up on YouTube, each one of them, just for you participants to look at. There'll be certain parts of the class where I'll mute everybody's microphone, just in case, somebody's, dog walks in or someone gets home from work and comes into the room. I usually just mute the microphones just when we need to, not all the time. You are welcome to do that whenever you like. If you want to mute your own microphone at any time, you can do that. But I'm hoping that you'll all participate in what we're doing in each week. And so without further ado, I will tell you a bit about what we're doing. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Gwen Bevan, and I've been with the clinic for, I think about 10 years now, somewhere around there. And my role in the clinic is a social worker and counselor. So I see people individually or with a partner or family member for counseling. It's short-term counseling, and I also, just letting one more person in, here we go. And I also do some groups. So I taught the meditation classes that were going on earlier this year, and we just came up with the idea thinking that this wellness workshop might be a good idea to have a series of courses to just have a look at a few different areas that people might be struggling with or challenged by, and give you, hopefully, you can walk away with a few new tools in your toolkit. So some of it, if you've done workshops with me before, some of it might be familiar and some of it is new. So the whole thing is sort of a new compilation of some of the things that I've done. So just one moment, I'm just going to bring this up. So as I said, I am going to try to start the class right on time. So again, thank you very much. And it's okay, if you're 1 or 2 minutes late, it's okay. If you come, just please come. But if you can try your best to come early, a few minutes early, that's great. Then we can get settled in. I can see who's here, and we can go ahead with the class right away. Let's see, names. So I'm going to do my best to learn your names, but that might be difficult. But if you have your names right there, that's fairly simple. But if you could say your name too, particularly if your name is something different than what it says on the screen, if you're sharing something, if you could just say, my name is, whatever, Jennifer or whoever, and then say what you want to share. And I do hope that you'll feel comfortable sharing with each other. I mean, we can't be in the same room together, which is so much nicer, but this is what we have for now. So I hope you'll make the best of it, and I really want you to be able to connect with some of the others in the group here and there. Okay, let's see. So what I want to do is go through the outline with you just for a moment. So I'll show you, I have it on I'll put the screen on there. Here it is. Okay, so now, can everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, that works. Okay, so this is, you've probably seen that already, and that, and here it is. This is what we're doing. This is the outline for the entire 6 weeks. Today we're going to be talking about stress, anxiety, and the heart, and I'll teach you how to back breathe, and I'll tell you about that a little bit later. Week 2, we're going to do a self-care toolkit. So next week, you'll need a few supplies. But what I'm going to do after the class, or either today or latest Tuesday, I only work 2 days a week in the cardiac rehab program. So sometimes it'll be either on a Tuesday or Thursday when I send you things. But I'm going to email you what you'll need for next week. Nothing much, just hopefully things you can grab around your place or grab somewhere nearby your house that's easy to to get. But most of this stuff should be in your house.
Gwen?
Yes,
Sorry, I hate to interrupt you.
that's
Is it okay
okay.
if I take a picture of this?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can email this to
Personal
you.
reference.
I emailed this to everybody. You should have it in that last email. Well, I didn't. Linda did for me because I didn't have the list yet. So Linda sent out an email to everyone with this outline in. But yeah, feel free to take a picture of the outline for sure.
Okay, just my personal reference, that's all.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And yeah, of course, as usual, I ask everyone to try and keep things confidential. Whatever people share in the group stays in the group more or less. Yeah. But feel free to share your own stuff with everyone. You don't have to keep any of this secret, that's for sure. Yeah, so that's week 2. We'll do a self-care toolkit next week. I'll tell you about that. Week 3, just taking care of your emotional self during COVID. There's so much talk about keeping yourself physically safe, and we're 1 year in here, and I really think it's important that people think about their mental health and emotional health as well. So we're going to do a little bit that, and we're going to look at yoga. I'm also a certified yoga instructor, so I sort of incorporate some of that into the course as well. And we will do the medicine wheel. We'll look at balancing our life and seeing how we're doing. How are we doing meeting our needs with that perspective of a medicine wheel. And then we'll talk a little bit about adjustment after a heart diagnosis, or just looking at what it's like having some kind of heart issue or being at risk of having heart issue. That can be challenging sometimes, so we'll have a look at that. And we'll try out some meditation that week 4. And week 5, we'll talk a little bit more about depression and a heart issue, because that's a very common phenomena that happens sometimes for folks, and I'll talk a little bit about that, why that happens and what we can do. And of course we'll try another coping strategy, which is doing art. And you definitely don't have to be an artist to do this one. It's purely therapeutic art, so you don't have to worry about your art skills at all. And week 6, we'll do a summary of all the weeks so that we can kind of recap and remember what we've done. And then we'll have a look at our self-care toolkits. So we'll do some of it together in week 2, but at the end we'll sort of put it all together, and you can keep adding things to it throughout the group, so that at the end you walk away with something really concrete. Okay, so that is it. So I'm just going to scroll through to the end and get out of here. Okay. Stop screen sharing. Okay, good. You're all back. Okay, so let's see. So I've got so many gadgets I'm working with. Okay, whoops. Oh, I'm so sorry. 1 second. Okay. Get back to my... Okay, so now, given that you all know some of what you've signed up for and hopefully have a little bit more clarity, I want to just check in with you all and maybe just ask what it is that you're hoping to take away from the workshop. With so many folks involved here, we can't go through every single person, but maybe we can just get people to volunteer and just give some ideas of what you were kind of looking for, or what you were most interested in, what attracted you to come to the workshop.
Just the stress specific to the heart. I think of my stress a lot, but I don't really tie it to my heart and the implications that may have on it. And so I think I'll pick up at least even just a few little things I think will be valuable to carry with me.
Okay, thank you, Sharon. Yeah. Okay.
I was going to say I'd like to get over the anxiety so that when COVID's over and we can travel again, I feel really anxious at the thought of traveling anywhere and knowing how to deal with that fear about it happening again.
Okay. Yeah, I know. It's really put a damper on our traveling, hasn't it? Because travel is usually such a source of joy. And now, of course, it has a whole other piece to it. So, yeah, so you want to sort of learn how to settle that down so that you can enjoy traveling then again. Yeah?
And not be scared I'll have a heart attack again while I'm traveling somewhere different.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Is that,
COVID.
I see.
About COVID. I'm more worried about how do I travel with this in the back of my mind that I could have another scab happen.
I see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Thank you for clarifying.
I would like to learn how to control myself, my emotions, implicated with my heart and my body. I know with yoga and with the breathe, we can achieve a lot of things, but I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, that's good. I feel the same way.
Okay, great. Yeah, so, okay, good. So learning how to control your emotions regarding your heart, regarding the fear around having
Yes,
had it?
because my emotions is go as you in the paperwork that you sent us is directly connected with my heart or with my high pressure or for example, when I go to visit the doctor, my pressure is going up. Is a syndrome of white dwarf you call?
White coat syndrome.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I want to control that's not happen.
Okay. Okay, yeah, well,
How can I do it?
we'll get to that for sure. I used to do, even what we're gonna do today, a very simple little exercise. I wanna give you a whole toolkit full of those, so that's great, good example. And one of the ways, one of the things I used to do, and we'll do it today, is when I did the stress management talk, which I'm gonna use some of that information today with you, we do a relaxation exercise and then go get your blood pressure taken, and everyone's blood pressure would be really low. So, we have evidence, like hard evidence.
That's great.
Right in the clinic we had, so it definitely works. And the case managers would be asking me, what did I do with everybody? Everybody's blood pressure was quite low. So these.
I don't want to appeal to drop it.
Yeah.
I want to drop it by myself.
Yeah, exactly. So you have control. Absolutely. Great. Okay. What else? Thank you.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you, Glenn, for having all of us here out in the open.
Well.
So that way we can feel like we're not alone. And my takeaway in this is the fact that, okay, because we're all out in the open, I'm able to hear everyone's experiences. And I may or may be able to may or may not relate to their situation, but it may be able to help me self-examine myself and think, hey, maybe that is what I'm suffering from, or maybe that is, like the first one who spoke up, she said about her anxiety. I didn't realize I had anxiety until I actually heard it, like, whoa, that is what anxiety was.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So it's
Joe.
like, I like to be able to hear people's experiences so that way I know that I'm not alone, and it's like, it's good to know that we can openly talk about it. And there's actually therapeutic answers to this, solutions.
Yes, thank you for saying that, because I really wanted that to be a part of this, so that there is some time to talk. Even though we're a big group, again, we can still talk with each other, and I hope you're able to, learn from each other. You all have a lot of experience too, right? And things that you're doing and trying, and so I want you to be able to share. I give you a little bit of opportunity to share with each other too, for sure. So yeah, thanks, Joe. Anything else?
This is Susanna here. What I have learned in the past few months is when it comes to managing anxieties, being mindful, doing meditations, it gets easier with practice. So signing up this wellness class is my way to commit to practicing more different things to improve my mental health.
Right, right.
Yes.
Okay. Practice. Yeah, I like that, Susanna. And I think, you know, it's really good to always have reminders. You know, I think sometimes we think, I know this stuff, but we sometimes just don't do it because we've forgotten. Or, we, you know, there's new things. I hope you'll take away a couple of new
my
things.
only experience, it does come easier.
Pardon me?
My only experience is that it does come easier when it comes to, you know, trying to relax. With practice next time, today it might be difficult, but tomorrow might be a little bit easier. It might get worked again, but with practice it will just come easy.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Good. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Susanna. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna do a little time check here. 1 second. Yeah. Okay. I think we're good. So good. Okay. If someone has something pressing, we'll take that. But if we're okay with that kind of an outline, and I will try to address all of the issues that you brought up. And if there's other things that sorry, if there's anything else that comes up that you want to add, you'll have opportunity to do that for sure. Okay. Good. All right. So let's get into the first exercise. So bring yourself just into a comfortable position. So my favorite place is always sitting with my legs crossed, but whatever you like.
Comfortable position? Can I lay down one?
Sure, if you want to. Yeah, you can if you like to. Yeah. So I'm just gonna do a little guided visualization with you. And so this is one of those times where I'm going to mute all your microphones for a moment. If you do need to say something, please feel free to unmute yourself, but it's kind of a quiet exercise, so just get yourself comfortable. Okay, I'm just muting your microphones for now. Okay, and so just sit comfortably back and close your eyes. Take a breath. If you can sit up straight, that helps a little bit, move energy through your body rather than slouching. But you know, just be comfortable more than anything, or lying down straight. But you know, more than anything, be comfortable. And just notice your breath for a moment. And then bring to mind a peaceful place. So it could be a place where you've been, or it could be a place in your house or out in nature, or it could be something you make up. It doesn't even have to be real. I just want you to think of a place that feels very peaceful to you. And if you could be as specific as you can and even imagine yourself in this place right now, as though you're there right now. And just imagine where you are. Are you walking or standing or sitting? Maybe you're lying in a hammock or in a comfortable chair. It can be outside or inside, doesn't matter. There's not really any rules here. And as you imagine yourself in this place, just look around and notice what you see. What do you see in this place? What colors do you see? And what do you hear? What are some of the sounds? Are sounds of nature, or is it really quiet? Maybe that's what you want is quiet, or maybe you hear your kids playing. Whatever feels peaceful and relaxing to you. And notice what you feel. So, what is the temperature? What does the ground feel like, or the thing you're sitting on? What does that feel like? Is there a breeze? It's sunny or cloudy? Whatever your favorite thing is, that's what you want to imagine. And just notice that. And just notice any smell. So you're just smelling really fresh air, or are there some smells of nature? Or is it just neutral and comfortable? Whatever you like. Good. And just take a look around this place again, and just know that you can come back here anytime you want to. This place is always available to you. It's always there. So whenever you need to, just bring yourself back to this place. Good. And then take one last look around and bring yourself back into this present moment, into the room you're in. Take in some of the sounds you hear in your room, and whenever you're ready, you can just begin to open your eyes. Good. All right, so that's one. Is everyone feeling peaceful? I'll unmute you just 1 second here. Oh. Okay. Sorry, everyone. Well, so sorry and don't know.
I just unmuted myself too quick.
Yeah, you'll have to unmute yourself. I'm so sorry, everybody.
No, it's okay.
You've done it. You
Okay.
did it.
Okay,
So it's done.
good. All right. There's always something that happens, you know. Anyway, how are you all doing? You're all feeling peaceful?
Thank you for that, Gwen. I needed that.
Good,
Yeah.
good. Did everyone, was everyone able to find a place, a peaceful place?
Yes.
Yeah? Good,
Yes.
Thumbs up.
good, yeah, great. Okay. Let's continue then. So what I always do, so what I want to do is talk a little bit about stress and how it works in the body, because I think it's important for us to know that. The more we know about how stress works, the more we can manage it, right? So I'm going to just do this, and okay, sorry, just wait 1 second. I just have to open something else up. So sorry, 1 sec. I'm gonna mess this up here. Okay. Go on to my, here. I had it open, but now I don't know where it is. Okay, not that one. Just bear with me 1 second. Just looking it up on my computer. It's coming, it's coming. There it is. Okay, can you all see it?
Yes, now I can.
Yes.
Where's this? No.
No, but what are we supposed to be seeing? 'Cause-
Yeah, what are we supposed to be saying?
It says stress management.
No,
Okay, just hold on.
I see, we see you.
We see you.
Oh, okay, well, that's good, but that's not what I'm after. Okay, wait, I know how to do that. Just wait, I just had to bring it up. Okay. And screen share, and now have what I want on there. There. Okay.
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 See it now.
Nice, good.
Okay.
Nice blues.
There. That's what I want. Okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Sunshine.
Oh, someone must have got, so every once in a while someone will get sort of kicked off the thing there. Just let that
Sorry.
Okay, so let's talk about stress management. Sorry, just 1 sec here. There. All right, so what is stress? So stress is that evolutionary feature of our body that enables us to react quickly to any perceived threat. And perceived is really important because I think sometimes when we have, when we've had some experience, whether we have a conscious awareness of it or not, because sometimes we have things happen when we're really, really young and we're not even aware. We don't have that conscious verbal memory to help us describe, oh, this happened to me. We just know it in our bodies. So then we might think, oh, I'm really scared of dogs or something, you know, but it's a perceived threat. So it's just something we personally feel is scary to us at whatever time in our life. So whenever we have that perceived threat, that feeling, it pushes the on button in our bodies and we go into what's called fight or flight. Some of you may be familiar with fight or flight, but it's basically powering up the body, and we share this with animals, so animals get this fight or flight too. You've seen it, I'm sure. It powers us up to be able to fight whatever it is off. You know, maybe we're being attacked by a dog or a cougar or a bear way back when. Or run away from it, climb that tree, or, you know, just run as fast as we can to get away from whatever it is we're scared of. There's also a third response, which is called the freeze response. So sometimes the freeze response can help us survive an attack of some sort as well. If you watch animals, they, if they're attacked, they may play dead. You know, so if, oh boy, like a wolf is attacked by a cougar or something like that, the wolf may actually play dead, and the cougar may take off to go get its cubs, and then the wolf can wake up and get away. But, you know, for us as human beings, we don't necessarily do a lot of that, need a lot of that in our day-to-day. Sometimes, right? If we're crossing the street and a bike's coming straight for us, or a car or something, we need to jump out of the way. Sure, that fight or flight, the flight takes, helps us to survive. But for a lot of the cases, we don't use that fight or flight. So we need to figure out how to manage it. So that's what we're going to be talking more about. And yeah, this fight or flight is really meant to help us survive, help us help our loved ones. So if somebody we know is threatened, or a child, or a dog, or whoever, another human being even, then we have this fight or flight, works in that regard too. So it helps our species survive, basically. And there are two types of stress. So the two types of stress is eustress. So this is a good stress. So it's motivating, and it makes us want to do well. And so it might be, you know, when we sign up for a race of some sort, like a 10-kilometer run of some sort, you know, it's exciting, it's fun. Normally, there's lots of people around. Maybe not right now. But normally it is. But even if there isn't, it's just something, you know, we have a goal, and it's kind of exciting, and it makes us get in shape and go for it. So that kind of thing gives us good stress. And then there's distress. So this is the kind of stress that we can accumulate over a long period of time. For example, if you work in a job that you don't really like, or maybe your boss is really, really challenging, and we just stay in it because we need to survive, then we might accumulate a lot of distress over a period, and it decreases our well-being, and so we might end up feeling burnout or something like that. Okay, so and so what happens when we feel stress? What is going on physically in the body? So the body automatically switches into high gear. So we have that burst of energy. The hypothalamus, which is a little organ in the middle of the brain, sets off an alarm to the rest of the body. And the adrenal glands release a surge of chemicals. So we get the adrenaline. So if you're getting a lot of adrenaline over a long period of time, we need some way to work that off, right? Because it is really there to help us power up. But if we're not really physically powering up, then it can have some consequences in the body. And also, you've probably heard about cortisol. That's very popular when people talk about high levels of cortisol. So we get a good shot of glucose to the brain, and the brain is able to use the glucose better, so that we can think on the spot really fast and figure out what we need to do. If we have a deadline, maybe at work, or I can't think of another example at the moment, but that kind of thing, that cortisol might be firing off. And you know, and I want to say that the body is meant to handle these. So it's not that we can never feel stressed, because I know for some folks, they start to worry about feeling stress. So that not only do they feel stress, but they feel stress about we're having stress. So so it's okay to have a bit, you know, your body can handle it. We just want to work with it. So get in a bit of a rhythm with it and keep it, you know, at a fairly even place. So when we're getting this response, our non-essential functions may be decreased. So, you know, I mean, for younger folks, they may not be growing at that time, or digestion might not, our immune system is also altered. Our digestion is decreased, so our ability to eat something, you know, heavy, like chili or something with beans in it. Our body's like, no, I cannot digest that right now. something softer like soup might be able to work. You know, for example, I worked in the ICU for 4 years, helping families who had a loved one in the ICU, and a lot of times people couldn't eat, right? They're so worried about their loved one that they just wouldn't be able to eat. So I would also suggest that they eat some soups or hummus or things that are just really soft and gentle on the tummy. Yeah, and then reproductive system might be affected over time if you're in that stage of life. And what else did I say? And growth if you are in that stage of life as well. All right, so what is causing you stress? Originally, this was meant to protect us against predators, but the things that are stressful to us now are quite different, right, than they were a long time ago. So it used to be that cute little cub. We maybe were living out in the wilderness and we would have to be weary of cubs and where's the mother and am I going to get attacked? But that's pretty rare these days, the way we live in cities. So we have different kinds of stress. So it's good to know what is stressful for you, right? Some things are universal, somewhat, but a lot of things are particularly stressful to each of us. You know, one of us can say, that doesn't bother me at all. And the other person right next to them will say, yeah, that is really stressful for me. So it's just good for you to take stock of like, yeah, what is it for me? So can you tell me, if anyone feels comfortable sharing, what are some of the things that might be stressful for you?
Well, with the current situation that's going on right now, I'm sure majority of us are facing some economical stresses.
Yes, yeah. So the economic stress of the pandemic, but even economic stress, yeah, when you've got a physical condition sometimes, right? Inability to work. Mm-hmm. Is that what you mean, Joe?
At the end, I think it's economical stress.
Sorry?
I think also at the end it's economical reasons.
Yes, for sure.
Gwen, what's really stressful for me is they've changed my hours at work because we're open fewer hours because of the pandemic.
Right.
So instead of working Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, I'm now working, they did have Monday to Friday, 6:15 to 2:15, but I chose Tuesday to Saturday because Saturday I can at least work 11 to 7, but otherwise it's Tuesday to Friday, 6:15. So what happens is I'm so worried every night about not waking up at 5:30 to get myself there for 6:15 that it's really hard to sleep sometimes. You know, I'm just so worried that I won't get up for that time because I'm not a morning person.
Right.
So it's very stressful. And just working at that hour in the morning is stressful for me because I'm not a morning person. Yeah, so that's my stress right now.
Wow, yeah, that sounds really hard. And especially when you took a job because maybe you kind of liked the hours and now all of a sudden you're in this with these different hours. Yeah, that sounds stressful. Mm-hmm.
Hi, my name is Amy. My grandson's name is Naeem, and I can't seem to rename.
That's okay, Amy. No
But I'm
problem.
surprised that maybe I missed it in the first half of the presentation because I wasn't here, but that your chronic pain is not mentioned as a cause of chronic stress.
Right.
Oh, thank you for mentioning that, Amy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you're alone there.
Yeah. Some of us are dealing, most of us dealing with heart issues, which are mine are controlled very well by our wonderful system, but I have chronic pain in my neck, arthritis, so that's a bummer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's really stressful pain, right? And tiring. Mm-hmm.
And all those things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tiring and it gives yourself doubt and everything.
And what?
I find the social isolation from the pandemic very stressful. Like I'm not totally isolated, but I'm quite a social person, and I find it very stressful the last year, that part.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I don't think you're alone, Sharon. I think it's really difficult at this point, especially at this point, but that's what we're all doing here together, you know, I mean, sure, it's not like seeing someone in the same room, but it's what we have for now, yeah. But it's, yeah, it's not been easy, for sure. And I don't know if you've experienced this, but even when we do socialize, if you decide to go out for a walk or whatever with somebody, there's all kind of stressors about, you know, arranging that and making sure you're safe, and you know, nothing seems easy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyone else want to share something that they find particularly stressful?
But I think one of you guys hit the spot too earlier when you said, yeah, the major one is the fact that, oh, sorry, it was on the tip of my tongue. It was like, oh, it totally slipped my mind. That was,
that's okay.
But,
It'll come back.
It
it'll
will.
come back.
It will.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Not a problem at all. And my apologies to who was that who said they were waiting to get into the session? If you had to wait to get in, my apologies if that was my fault. I did see someone there later, but I didn't notice it right away.
Gwen, I can barely hear you. I don't know if other people are having that problem, Mrs. Sharon.
Yeah, so I am too.
Oh, okay.
I could hear you before quite well.
Okay, well maybe I'm just not talking as loud. That's possibly.
No, it's you sort of faded out somehow when we're talking. I can hear other people, but your actual, I don't think it's that you're not talking as loud. I think it's something to do with the program.
Do you have are you using a mic, Gwen?
No.
You might need to sit closer to your computer microphone.
Okay, can you hear, if I talk like this, can you hear me now? Is this,
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
It's still quieter than it was earlier. It's
Really?
like it's like you're in the back of a room or something.
Oh, that's so
I
funny.
think when we're muted, you come across quite loud, but when we're not muted, I don't know if that's what it is. But
Okay,
I'm finding everyone else is clearer than you, Gwen.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just moved up a little bit and I'll speak up a little bit. Is that okay?